video, I'm going to talk about the verb ir. Ir is an irregular verb, and I'm going to talk about how you can use that plus a to say where you're going, or what you're going to do, excuse me. So, I'm going to make my title look kind of cool, and it'll make sense in a second, but I'm going to make it super big. Irregular verbs. I'm specifically focusing on the verb ir. Make that look however you want to, but again, when you make your notes more fun, you pay more attention to them. Irregular verbs. We're also looking at how we say ir plus a means going to. You'll see that in our notes in just a second. So let's get started. The verb ir by itself. Ir means to go. But like we've talked about before, all verbs in Spanish either end with AR, ER, or IR. This verb is only 2 letters long and it's the ending. So they had to do some things very differently with this verb. Sorry, Spain. You're great and all, but here we're going to write voy. Vas, va, vamos, van. Notice your endings are pretty much the same, except ir becomes that V. And we add in a Y here because vo doesn't sound so great. Voy, vas, va, vamos, van. Voy means I go. Vas, you go. Va, he, she, it, or usted goes. So we're gonna say Bob. Vamos, we go. Van, they go. I'm going to use my handy dandy highlighter. To bring that meaning together in my notes. Irregular verbs. Ir is an irregular verb. Now let's look at how I can use this second part. Ir plus a means going to. You don't have to make your notes look exactly like mine, but in some way use colors to show those differences. We were looking at weather, and we talked about when the weather's good, cuando hace buen tiempo, or cuando hace mal tiempo. You can use those phrases with these phrases to say, for example, when the weather's nice, I go to the park, or whatever it may be. Let's look at how we use this I go, or you go to, or we go to. If I say ir plus a plus an infinitive verb, it means I'm going to whatever that thing is. For example, voy a doesn't just mean I go, it means I'm going to blah blah blah. Vas a and let's use I'm gonna say Susie. Vamos a van a. See if we remember what they are, or if we can figure it out here. Vas, you. But not just you, because it's with the a, it's you are, here abbreviated to your, with using a conjunction. Now if it just said Y-O-U-R, that would be like your house. It's not our house, it's your house. Well, I didn't want that one. I wanted the contraction, the shortening for you-are. Susie is going to blah 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 blah. Vamos a we're van a they're going to. I could add in any of those verbs now. I could say voy a bailar. I'm going to dance. Vas a trabajar. You're going to work. Vamos a estudiar. We're going to study. But there's this other thing when we're talking about things that we're going to do. That's here. But when we're talking about places that we might want to go, we are going to add one more component here. And that is a plus el becomes al. So let's say the weather's nice and I want to go to the park. I'm going to say cuando hace buen tiempo. Cuando hace buen tiempo, I go to the park. Voy al parque. Because it's el parque. But a and el next to each other just doesn't sound so pretty. It's al. And so they just smush them together just like we do in English to make contractions. We do the same in Spanish. Voy al parque. Cuando hace buen tiempo, voy al parque. But if I wanted to say the weather's nice, I need to get rid of that when part, right? Because cuando means when. And don't forget, as I'm writing my notes and saying these things in Spanish, if you look at that and you're like, I will never remember that is how I'm supposed to say that means cuando, then write in a little pronunciation guide on the side for you. Cuando hace buen tiempo, when the weather's nice, voy al parque. Here it's saying when the weather's nice, I go to the park. If instead I want to say, hey, the weather's nice, I'm going to the park. This isn't situational, this is, I'm telling you right now how it is. I have to get rid of that when. I'm going to say the weather's nice. Hace buen tiempo. The weather's nice. Now I want to say I'm going to go to the park. How am I going to say I'm going to go? All right, first I'm going to need the I go part. Voy. Now I want to say that I'm going to, so I need to add that a part. Voy a, I'm going to. Now how do I say go? Voy a ir. I'm going to go. Voy a ir. I'm going to go. Now, if you're trying to translate word for word and you're looking at it and saying, well, voy means I go, voy a means I'm going to, and ir means to go. I'm going to go, you're overthinking it. Remember, Spanish is a different language and it follows different rules. So it's tricky to teach Spanish using English. It doesn't always line up perfectly. On this one, you just have to say, okay. Voy a ir means I'm going to go to the park. Cuando hace buen tiempo, when the weather's nice, voy al parque. I go to the park. Hace buen tiempo, the weather's nice. Voy al parque, or voy a ir al parque. I'm going to go to the park. I could just as easily just say voy al parque. I go to the park. Cuando hace buen tiempo, voy al parque. Cuando hace buen tiempo, voy a ir al parque. I'm going to go to the park. Take a minute, look over some of these, practice switching out for some different vocabulary. Try la piscina. Try la playa. Now we've got to take a second and look at this verb jugar because it is a rule breaker too.